if you can get far. Step on the gas.
Step on the, step on the, step on the, step on the gas.
Step on the brakes.
Step on the, step on the, step on, step, brake, brake.
Now step on the gas.
Step on the, step on the, step on, step on the gas.
When I say boom, 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 you say bam, bam, bam. No pause in between. Come on, let's jam. Step on the gas.
Step on the gas.
Step on the brakes.
Step on the brake, brake, brake.
Step on the brakes.
Step on the, step, brake, brake, brake.
Step on the gas.
Step on the, step, gas.
I'm glad you know which way to go, but it ain't gonna stop me. Here we go. Check and turn the signals to the right.
Check and turn the signal to the check right.
Now turn to the right.
Now turn to the now right, right.
Check and turn the signals to the left.
Check, turn signals to the check, turn left, left.
Now turn to the left.
Now turn to the now left, left, left.
Whoa, ho, ho, ho! Stop the car. We got an emergency, can't you see? Do you know why we stopped the car?
Do I know why we stop? Do I know why we?
Yes.
Yes. What?
Do you know why we stopped the car?
Do I know why we stop? Do I know why we stop?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
What?
I forgot to close the door.
You forgot to close the door.
Now just don't forget, this ain't kung fu. Come on again. Check and turn the signal to the right.
Check, turn, signal to the check, turn, signal right.
facing Route 99 in Brightest Night. 3, 2...
STP. Hello guys and welcome to today's STPL. We're going to jump straight into our first series today. It's going to be StarCast versus CWT. We do have a walkover in match 3. JD Conan did not show up for his game and has since been removed from the roster, but unfortunately it happens. We're going to be here for set 1, which is SimSim versus Wonder. We're going to have a PvP between Fleta versus Llama. Wait, no, I think that's wrong. I think I put the wrong name in there. Let me double check. Yeah, I put the wrong name in. 1 second. I'm just going to quickly update that through the power of production. That should be Lure. I'm sure I added this guy. I'm going to need to reload the overlay. Oh man. Well, it's going to be a PvP anyway. We're just going to have to update that. We're going to have a TBT between Reina and LIC. And then if we make it to a set 5, we will have an ace match on Holy World. What we're going to do is we are going to jump straight into game number 1. And then after game number 1, I'll reload the overlay then. It's set 1 on New Electric Circuit. Okay, starting us off here in the top right hand corner as our Protoss player in the purple is Wonder fighting for CWT. And their opponent spawning down here in the bottom right in the orange as our Terran player. It's SimSim fighting for StarCast. And I really need to stop eating dinner just before I start casting. I can't really eat any sooner though, that's the problem. But damn work, man. The way that work ends up, I always start eating just as everything ends. Now, are we going to see a relatively standard game from Wonder? Is he going to try something a little bit cheesy? Something we're going to have to find out. Obviously, he has gone for a pylon in his main base, which is a good start. Proxy gates on this map are actually quite strong, so going for that here wouldn't be necessarily a bad idea, but it looks like we're not going to see that today. Today is one of those days where I think it's going to be quite difficult for me to concentrate, so I'm going to do my best. But I had a pretty busy day at work again, so I'm pretty tired. Trouble is, we definitely need to cast both of our series today. So we need to get both of those done. On Friday I've got something going on, so I need to make sure that, that I'm available. Wait, hold on. I need to double check something, because I might not be able to cast Wednesday this week. I might need to have to cast Thursday. Yeah, I think I've got my days mixed up. We'll be good though. I'll figure out what I'm going to do and post it on Team Liquid so everyone knows what we're doing. Hopefully, we can now focus a little bit more on the game, because I know that's something that Koget used to always moan at me for. And it is quite, the thing is, it's quite difficult when you're solo casting. It's very easy to get distracted when you're on your own PC as well. Because unlike if I was, say for example, working on like an observer PC for a tournament where literally the only thing you can do is look at the game. I can like alt tab, I've got like my browser window open with Twitch in it, and I'm like, I could look. We have a mana pylon coming up here. Over on the right hand side, nice wall off here by Sim. That's going to help against any other zealot pressure. Early zealot pressure, which we do know is coming. 2 Marines going to be focusing down that pylon, trying to kill it as quick as possible. The zealot actually going to get some free hits on the SV, gets an SCV. Nice move by Wonder so far. Oh, and he gets he gets 1 hit on the Marine. Can he get a second hit? So difficult to attack the Marine. Looks like he is going to go for the other SCV. For some reason he pulls away, doesn't go for it. The factory finishes up, and he is going to be forced into a Vulture here. Maybe he wanted to go for a Vulture anyway. But going for an early machine chop here wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea. Zealot getting a few hits on the Marine. Highly damages 2 of them, which means any further Zealots that come in could actually get some kills. Looks like he doesn't want to sacrifice anything to make that happen. We've got the core up in the top right. No range is being researched yet because we are going to have a Nexus on 25 supply. But he's interestingly going to expand onto the mineral only. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that as such. I think the second Zealot tried to run in and did die. I didn't quite catch that, but I think that's... No, that must have killed the other Zealot, so I don't know where the Zealot went. It must have gone in the base and died, because it's not in the middle of the map anymore. Okay, so the Nexus is going to come up. Now, going for a mineral only natural? My accent is all over the place recently. Going for a mineral only natural is not necessarily a terrible idea. It means you can protect yourself a little bit better against vultures. This vulture only getting 1 kill so far. Should get a second one. Only going to make 2 kills. Not the best trade, but still an okay trade nevertheless. But going for the earlier Nexus in the mineral only means you get more minerals early. And then you can go for more gateways and a quicker third base as well. Essentially, you're going to take the mineral only anyway. You're not going to be able to use the second gas super early, so it's almost better to just go for that mineral only first. Now, for Terran, it's a little bit more different. You need the additional gas sooner because you need to tech up. You need to build your tanks, which are very gas heavy, and then you need to get your upgrades going as well. So second gas early for Terran is very, very important. But Terran will most likely off of 2 factories. Maybe 1 factory and a starport, which we can see here. 2 factories, or 1 factory starport into a third base is very fantasy-esque. He kind of used that build a lot in 2009, 2010, 2011. It was the build I used on ladder for quite a while. Now the Dragoons tried to get a little bit of damage done at the front, but this is a wall due to this doodad here. Tank is going to siege up. That's going to stop any further Dragoon pressure. And he is going to be looking pretty safe as houses back at home. Now already doing a pretty good job saturating the mineral lines here. That's going to bring in those minerals as fast as possible. And he is getting ready to build his third Nexus as well. Although he is... I kind of don't agree with this because he is building other stuff as well. And obviously where he's building other stuff he can't build the Nexus. So he's just kind of wasting a probe worth of mining. But it happens. We're going to have a dropship coming in from Sim. Drop on this map very good normally, and the fact that he knows his opponent took the high ground natural means he's going to be able to drop vultures on this high ground here. Could even drop some tanks here. Maybe if he can bring 2 dropships, build a wall here with like a barracks or something, and then kill the Nexus. That's actually a really, really clever play that you don't really see too much because you don't really get too many maps like this. But it's going to be 2 factories before a command center. No armory just yet. Your armory is delayed when you go for that early starport, but should definitely be getting it soon. There we go. He is getting it. He's just getting it in the place where I wasn't expecting. But building it here is not too bad. You can put the second armory in there as well. And your natural very unlikely to get recalled, so you're not going to lose it a little bit later on, which is good. Now it is going to be a vulture drop. He did go for speed first. Now, this is more a personal preference, but I don't think I like speed before mines. Because realistically, your vultures don't need speed as such, given they're being transported around in a dropship. Unless he got mines beforehand, but I don't think I saw any come out. Now he's going to fly over the natural. The probe is going to see this, but no reaction from Wonder so far. I guess this isn't too bad when you get into the main and there's no Dragoons moving back, then this is going to work pretty well. 2 kills, 3 kills. 4 kills, 5 kills. Now he's going to be able to use his speed to get away from the Dragoons. But imagine if he'd laid some mines here. he would be in a very good spot. 5 kills, 6 kills, 7 kills. This is so much damage. 8 kills, 9 kills. No 10th kill. Did he get 10th kill? Yes, he does. 10 probe kills. Very nicely done by SimSim. And the dropship gets back home to live another day as well. Very, very important moves there. Your dropship is so unbelievably important. It's not just the damage it does. It is the mental damage and the... I'm trying to think of the right words for it, but essentially the damage that's done knowing the fact you have a dropship that could come to your base at any point in time. So that's something to take into account as well. I'm just quickly checking something on Team Liquid because I got given the ability to show my YouTube stream as well under the STPL event, but I don't think it's working. Yeah, I don't think it's working. I'm gonna have to say to Blind Robber, here we go, we got a Reaver dropping into the main. Oh my god, that's a good mine drag. Does hit one of the tanks, the second one. The Reaver does go down though, so that's not very good. I picked the worst time to look at Team Liquid, but there we go. That's my normal timing. At least I caught the end of the drop. The Reaver didn't do any SCV damage, and it did die pretty fast, so it's not really the end of the world. I think it killed maybe one tank. The Wraith coming in here did get the kill on the shuttle, as well as the... probably got the kill on the Zealot as well. And for the final hit. Wonder's not doing too bad, but Wonder does need to be careful here. He is up to his third base, 4 gateways, 5 gateways coming in now. But no Stargate just yet, no further tech. Second gas is done. Fourth base is going to be coming up here in the 12 o'clock, although I think I'd prefer him to expand up here. This is the furthest point on the map away from Terran, and you can build a gateway farm up there. Going for this base, yes, you get the additional gas, but it doesn't gain you anything else. Like, if Terran pushes, if we think about the push path that Terran has throughout this, we've got a drop coming in once again. Only two vultures this time. There is a couple of cannons here, which should help defend against this, but 1 kill, 2 kills, 3 kills. He will get a 4th, but then the vulture's likely going to die before the 5th. There we go. But dropship does get away with very little life. But essentially the push path of the Terran is you come out of your main base, you sneak along up here, and you essentially push up to this bridge. If you get here, you've contained the Protoss. Now, if your opponent has a base in the top left, they have gateways, all of a sudden, your contain isn't the end of the game, because they can either counter, or they can come in for a big flank. And that is the kind of move that you need to make as Protoss in PvT in the late game. You cannot just have one gateway farm. You need gateway farms over in the top left as well. Now it looks like Wonder wants to kind of double expand up here, but once again he's not going to be taking the main. I mean, he does gain access to the main by doing this, but I still think I prefer it another way. Observer going to be taken down here by the turret. Doesn't quite get it, but we do have +1 attack done. +1 armor's coming in, but this is a pretty fearsome Terran army. There's actually that many Protoss units right now. The tank's pushing forward with their +1 damage. Does need to be careful, cannot afford to lose all of his Dragoons here. Mines being laid down in the path, forcing a lot of micro out from Wonder, but does manage to clear them up. And now this is where it gets troublesome for the Terran, because even though he has a lot of tanks on their own do not deal with mass Dragoons, and there I say it, he manages to hold on. A lot of them had taken damage before, but he's definitely hurt the Terran's army just a little bit, which should make this push a little bit harder to do. No third bases on the way. It's 6-packed all in here for our Terran player. And is the fact there's no gateways in the top left going to be causing a problem here? Can he delay long enough for him to get some flanking units in? It looks like this push might be very strong. Let's zoom out, bring all the information back up. Tanks, obviously at the front, going to be doing a lot. We should have a lot of speed zealots coming in, but he's mostly been building Dragoons, which means he can't actually engage this right now. Looks like he is going to push forward now. Hit the Dragoons at the back, going down very quickly. Mine! Oh my god, that was a big mine! Oh my goodness, that may have just lost one to the game. He does not have enough units right now to deal with this. There is no way of building units on the other side of the map either. And unless he can pull off a miracle, I mean, his name is Wonder, but I wonder if he's going to be able to win this game, because right now, it's not looking good. His third base is going to go down, his second gas is going to go down, There's a miss rally on his gateway as well, so he'd lose a ton of damage on that. Now he will have a shuttle, but he does not have enough gateways to deal with this Terran army right now, and this is just part 1. Part 2 coming in at the back, plus 1 armor should nearly be done. It's going to be very hard for me to click this, so yeah, plus 1 armor just finished. So this is a 1-1 Terran army. We do have a nice drop with those Zealots. He should actually pick the Zealots back up though. Not picking the Zealots up here feels like a bit of a waste. But yeah, looks like the Terran army is going to be pushing forward. He does have some Dragoons to flank. Mine's in the way though with no Observer. This is probably a little bit too much. I think Wonder is about to wonder why he's still in this game, because he cannot deal with this Terran army. They're going to be on his gateway farm. He is not going to be able to build any units. And the Dragoons coming in from behind, immediately getting taken down. Mine going to finish that one off. This is going to be game over. But he did a very, very good job against SimSim up until this point. GG. Wonder taps out. And SimSim wins game number 1.
Pretty bold, aren't we? I'll take care of you myself.
Ready? Go!
Okay guys, welcome back. We're here for game number 2. It's a PvP here on Blue Storm. Starting us off down here in the bottom left-hand corner in the grey. Fighting for Starcast. It's Fletter. And I didn't need to reload my overlay anyway. Because they replaced Lure with Jess, who was supposed to play in game 1. Now I need to reset everything again. God damn it. It's okay, I'll just do this very, very quickly. Just pretend you're not seeing this, it's all good. And starting us off in the top right-hand corner, in the yellow, fighting for CWT, it's Jess. There we go, by the power of production, we are up to date. Putting the colours in. Look at that. It's almost like I didn't mess up at all. It's all good. Okay, so PvP on Blue Storm. We got a gateway in the main for Fletter. Gateway in the main for Jess. Ah, Jesse says, apologies kicks, I forgot about the STPL deadline. Flat was kind enough to play a little bit later. Oh, no problem. You know, I thought Lure was playing, so I added Lure to the database. I should have checked the replays. That's all. I just messed up. Wait, unless I got it... Did I get it around the wrong way? How did I mess this up? Oh no, okay, I see what happened. It's all good. The CWT guys told me, I just completely forgot. It happens. Somehow, I've managed to organize this tournament up until Season 5. I don't know how, but we're here, we're on Season 5 and it's not going too bad, so... Although I make like a ton of weird like clerical errors because of my terrible memory, we managed to get through it. We have fun. All the players I think seem to have fun, otherwise they probably wouldn't be playing anymore, so that's always a good thing. I'm glad you guys enjoy yourselves. I also didn't realize that Jesse that was playing was the Jesse that's always in my chat. So that's cool. I didn't know that at all. I just assumed it was someone else, I don't know why. It's always so weird when I see the players turn up and then I have to cast their game while they're watching. I feel like I'm under a lot more pressure than normal. Because I just assume that no one watches my stream. It's the easiest way of dealing with any pressure, so you don't have to worry now. 2 gate coming in from Jess, whereas Fletter went for a 1 gate core, 1 gate gas core. Jesse actually went 1 gate gas core into an earlier 2nd gate, I didn't see the core there. Whereas we have a robo for Fletter. So Fletter going for the faster tech, Jess going for more units early on. Range coming in all the same. Actually, range coming in a little bit earlier for Jess because she didn't spend the additional money on the robo facility. Now essentially Jess is going to have a unit advantage for probably a couple of minutes here, I would say. Now that unit advantage essentially ends as soon as the robo support may comes in, or Fletter can manage to build more gateways than Jess and has a little bit longer to try and rebuild everything. But with no tech coming up here whatsoever, I mean there was a probe up here which was possibly stopping Jess from like really showing their hand, but looks like Jess wants to go in with a probe scout out if they can, but not able to due to the Zealot blocking this. The Dragoon should do a pretty good job of pushing it away, but no, Jess sneaks past. So the probe is going to be able to get into the main base here and see everything that's going on. The robo support may, will it be scouted? Looks like not, but only seeing 1 gateway and the robo should show to Jess that essentially it's going to be what they think it is. But we'll have to be certain. We've got triple gate coming in. Now triple gate is not necessarily a terrible reaction to seeing a robo with 1 gate because you just get more units to be able to deal with the Reaver a little bit quicker. But it doesn't realistically mean you can push any faster because you are still going to have to worry about the Reaver. Scarabs are incredibly strong and it's something that we definitely have to watch out for. Now it looks like the STPL YouTube channel or YouTube page is actually working on Team Liquid, so I'm gonna have to say thank you to Blindbra who helped me set that up. I believe he's the current editor-in-chief of the Brood War staff of Team Liquid, but still, Team Liquid mod, great guy, always helping out. Lives in India, so his time zones are a bit funky. He finds it hard to watch foreign events, but finds it easier to watch Korean ones, so he's usually watching ASL and stuff, but foreign events are on a little bit late for him. I think he's 5 hours ahead of me, so it starts at 1 AM his time, which is a bit crazy. But he does a lot for the Brood War scene, so big shout out to him. Now, we do have the first Reaver on the way. Jess moving all of their Dragoons out into the middle of the map may have a little bit of a problem here, because if the Reaver gets into the main base, moving back to defend, mindful, when I imagine nobody watches, I mean the players, because I know people watch, but even then when I'm casting I don't think about how many people are actually watching or not. This is a big push by Jess, so there's a lot of damage. The Reaver of course doing a lot of damage here as well. Oh, but the shuttle could go down before the Reaver can be... Oh, the Reaver's gonna fall! No, the Reaver comes out, but the shuttle is so low, it's gonna be so difficult to push in with that Reaver now. Looks like we are gonna have a push in from the Reaver. This is so risky though. Jess's Dragoon just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and this could be bad. The Reaver is going to do a ton of damage here, but no, the Scarab is going to bug out all of those probes! Oh my goodness, the probes in the main base, so press the wrong arrow key. The shuttle's gone down, so eventually it's just going to be a case of using Dragoons to kill them. There's a decent amount of Dragoons at the back. Jess getting ready to push in. Maybe needs to go a little bit quicker, but unfortunately having to... Oh my goodness, no, the probes are transferring back into the Reaver. No! A huge hit on the probes, and oh my goodness, this Reaver has done so much damage. Jess has to win with these Dragoons. This is the only choice Jess has right now. The probes are eating the damage, and this is Zealots actually. There's another Reaver. If Jess cannot do critical damage here, the game is essentially over. There's so many Dragoons left alive, so many probes still to kill. The Reaver is going to be the real power play here. Lots of probes going down though. As long as Jess can trade well, maybe this can work out. We've got the Reavers, the Dragoons splitting up really well against the Reaver, meaning they're not doing as, or the Reaver's not doing as much. Jess may have done it. Great micro on the use of the Dragoons here. Means that all of a sudden Fleta is the one with no probes. Dragoons are going to pop out and die one by one most likely, but still a dangerous situation for Jess to be in. But it's 14 probes versus 8 now. Dragoon count still in favor of Jess here, and it looks like this Dragoon should be able to kill at least one more probe before it dies. Nice micro once again. Oh, this is tough. Oh, unlucky. Loses the final Dragoon, but with 4 more Dragoons on the way, this is looking like Jess has won this game. Nicely done. Those Scarabs were pretty damn impressive. But unfortunately for Fleta, Jess just had too many units. Now the Observer coming in. GG! The funny thing for me, and the reason why... I've only just realized, so WW obviously is like lol in Japanese, so it makes it look like he's laughing and then saying GG, but obviously WW is GG in Korean. Either way, we'll be back in a minute with game number 3. Okay guys, welcome back. We are here for game number 4. Game number 3 was unfortunately a walkover. JD Conan from StarCast did not show up for his game, and they had to give a walkover, but JD Conan has since been removed from the StarCast roster. And just to answer Jess in chat, Jess said she spoke with Fletter afterwards. He was super nice and mannered. Cruiser is such a good team captain that I think if someone wasn't, he would just kick them. So there we go. Okay, starting us off down here in the bottom left-hand corner for CWT. It's LIC's. Oh, sorry, it's CWT's LIC. Well, I'm going to call him Lick. I'm just going to call him Lick, I don't know. And down here in the bottom right-hand corner in the green for StarCast, it's Rainer. So it is a TBT, so we are currently tied up. Oh, sorry, we're actually 2-1 in favor of CWT at the moment. If Rainer could, or if LIC can take this game, if Lick can take this game, CWT are going to be taking a match off one of the favorites really for this tournament, and that would be very, very impressive. Jess obviously with a very impressive win, obviously here getting the walkover win over Conan, but still very impressive nevertheless. Of course, if Rainer could win this game, Rainer, of course, the Bolivian Terran who did play in the STPL before under the username, well, under the clan Bull. If he can win, I mean, he's pretty damn good at TBT, then they are, of course, going to be taking us to an ace match. And I think that's where things could be a little bit rough for CWT because StarCast have a ridiculously stacked lineup. But you never know, let's see how this is going. Rainer looks like he's getting rid of wall off if he needs to. Not too bad of a choice. You can expand up here, which it looks like Rainer's going to do. It's going to be a 14cc here for Rainer. Rainer playing a little bit more greedy, but you can kind of get away with it on this map. Lick is going for an early Vulture most likely, which, given the fact we know that Rainer is going to wall in with his barracks in just a second, that Vulture is going to do nothing. But Rainer gonna delay his barracks even longer. This is a risky play. If there was double racks in the middle of the map right now, Rainer would be dead. And Rainer's not actually gonna wall in. I'm actually not sure why you wouldn't just wall in this situation. It would be better. Looks like we've got two SCVs attacking each other. Looks like Rainer could get the better edge here. The SCV from Lick could get away, but it would be really nice to see him cancel this SCV. And oh, he's going for it. Can he get it? No! Oh, the SCV gets away. Nicely done there by Lick. Very unlucky. Rainer definitely should have cancelled building with this and then just blocked. That would have been incredible, but unfortunately, we didn't get to see that. That would have been like next level play. But thank you as well to DeWalt for the host. For whatever reason, my Streamlabs doesn't say anything about hosts anymore. So I'm going to have to figure out why that is. I can figure that out after the game, it's not too important to do now. If you're tuning into the SCPL for the first time, this is a global team league, open to any team, anywhere, as long as they have been, like, working as a team for a while, or at least we know that they're going to be reliable, because one of the big problems that I have, we are going to have a factory float here. This is so weird. Lick is doing something so strange, I love it. He's probably going to float the factory or build a proxy starport down here as well. It's going to be a 2-fact play. One of the factories is hidden. And this is why this wall is so important. How does a 2-fact get into the base? Actually, going for a factory float would be better in this situation. But unfortunately, because the command center does have full vision, it's sometimes better to build it like here and then fly into the main. Because you can kind of hide it there a little bit easier. But oh, it looks like Marine on Marine. Looks like, oh, the high ground is going to give Rainer the victory here with 4 health remaining. 1 missed shot there by Lick. And Lick is going to send his first Vulture in. This is going to mean there's no defense once this Marine is down. Oh my god, the Vulture's not going to attack. Oh, and he gets the high ground. Nice. But yeah, he can't actually get through this, so he is going to have to sit there and attack the depot for ages. This is one of the problems, and you can't actually build a machine shop here, so maybe building a little bit further over would have been better. But Vulture's going to be attacking the supply depot. This is not really the biggest deal. They should, well, at least Rainer should be able to get some defense up here. before the end is nigh. Now, interestingly, Reyna's getting ready to defend it or repair his Vulture, but there's the first couple of hits. The repair coming in immediately. Somehow this Vulture is not attacking anything. He must have held positioned or something. Looks like we are going to have a engagement once again. Vultures on both sides. Lick's Vulture's obviously going to be quite low on health, but nearly killing Reyna's Vulture. Good moves by Reyna to keep it alive, but Lick is not getting full use of his damage. Like, he should be attacking this. If he can kill this depot, then he is going to be able to win the game, but Reyna, with his one unit, is able to do a lot here. Now, there's actually a Goliath coming in, which makes this very strong. Goliaths are so good against Vultures early game. They take so long to kill. Here we go, the Vulture gonna come forward again, gets taken down. There's two Goliaths coming out from his opponent, lots of SCVs gonna be going down as well. Lick is doing a ton of damage. Of course, this is two command centers worth of SCVs. So he needs to focus fire the SCVs. The SCVs are really the damage dealers here. Well, not the damage dealers, but they're keeping Reyna in the game. He's not gonna be able to break through, but he can at least kill as many SCVs as possible. He's evened up the SCV count. Where is the second command center? There's no second command center back at home. Missile turrets coming in for some reason here as well. I guess he doesn't know if his opponent's going Wraiths or not. But Goliath on Goliath action here. Nice moves by Reyna. Reyna has very rarely lost a single unit minus SCVs so far. That is incredibly impressive. Now, we've actually got another factory in the middle of the map. This is Proxy 3 Factory. Wait, no, it's Proxy 2 Factory on 1 factory, 3 Factory on 1 base. Not the most standard build, but looks like Lick is the one who wants to make this work. The barracks is going to go down, so there's going to be no further factories added on here. That was actually a bit of a waste. I'm not sure why he bothered landing that. But we've got some SCVs coming up here to repair the remaining Goliaths as well. This is still a lot of Goliaths. But the trouble is he can't break through the wall. If he had a siege tank, this would look incredibly different. But with no siege tank, with only a single... Wait. Oh, the third factory's up here. I'm so confused by this. This is such a weird build for TVT. What units is he going to build from these? Is he going tanks? He's on one gas, which is the problem. He's not actually using them. The Goliaths down here are still not being repaired. Where did the SCV go? Okay, we've got siege mode and tanks coming in. We're going to have a big contain being set up here at the bottom of the ramp, and it's going to be very difficult for him to break this. And Jesse, you don't want to know. It was it's Rent's logo though, it's already been freed. Now this is going to be a very strong contain. Turrets, Goliaths, there's a dropship coming in, but that should be able to be taken out fairly easily. There is another dropship though, it nearly went down at the bottom of the map here. There's 4 Goliaths. But is there any defense? There's a turret up here, but it should be closer to the bottom. Where's the natural though? Okay, the natural should be coming in soon. The Goliath's landing here. Going to repair the dropship as well. This is nice, I like this. Now, tanks coming forward. Don't push too far forward, there's no need. Now this is a strong contain. There's actually not that many Goliaths back here because a lot of the Goliaths are out in dropships for the moment. There's another 4 Goliaths here. If he can break in at this very moment, maybe he can make something happen. But there's no defense back at home. There's absolutely no defense back at home at all. The dropship is going to go down, but with no units it doesn't matter. But then again, is Reyna going to be able to hold on? The wall at the front is broken. There's very few units. There's no tanks. He's building machine shops. This is going to be a weird base trade. I have no idea what's going on here, but what the hell are we watching? Tank coming in the main base. That's going to help against the Goliaths. The Goliath's going to try and focus fire it down, but don't manage to do it. The Dode will is Red's logo. It is literally a shaved cock and balls. But Lick has to win the game with this. Oh, 2 tanks back here though. Lick is in such a good spot right now. If he can siege these tanks, the Goliaths should not be able to kill these. He may kill one, but there's another 4 Goliaths coming in. Oh my goodness, this is such a weird game. The tanks are going to be coming out into Goliath fire. There is still another command center which isn't easily accessible though. A tank at the back going to be able to hold on to the natural by the looks of it. But the first factory is going to go down. Goliaths being used to great effect. The tanks not coming in up here as they need to. 2 tanks down here not really doing too much. But the main is forfeit, but it's 1 base against 0. Lick has to win the game with these tanks. He's sending his units and his SCVs back, but is he going to lose his command center? He's not got enough gas to build another tank. He has to win with this. There is no choice. And look at this. Cloak is coming in. Reyna knows how to win this game. He knows he just has to live. The command center is going to go down. If this command center goes down, the game is over. Lick cannot repair it. He cannot build another one. And that has got to be game over. There is nothing Lick can do now. There is no possible way of him getting detection or anything else. GG. Lick taps out and Reyna takes us to an ace match. Customies, I didn't block you. I answered you. Okay guys, welcome back. We're here for game number 5. It's the ace match here between CWT and StarCast. Starting us off down here in the bottom right hand corner in the red, fighting for CWT, it's Lord Ghost. I don't even know if that's how you say his name. And I got the colors around the wrong way. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom left-hand corner in the yellow, fighting for StarCast. It's Ruin. Oh, it is just Lord Ghost. It's weird because it's got the U in, so it's like Goost or something. Yeah, Ruin used to be a player for SDX Soul. He's been doing pretty well in the semi-pro scene. And just to help a little bit, because Mind Flayer gave you a correction which is wrong. it's easier to say Ruin belonged to SCXL. So you just, I'll just type it out for you. Or I guess the easiest thing you would probably say is was in. Yeah, English is weird. Don't question it, I don't know. I get asked by so many Japanese people, like, help me, or like, teach me English or whatever. And I don't know how. I can't. I don't even understand my own language. I don't get why it works. I guess you could say did belong as well, but belonged is what I would normally hear. Yeah, I genuinely don't know how I can speak my own native language. But Ruin did belong to SCXL. It does work. It definitely does. That is definitely a line you could say. Okay, 2-gate versus 2-gate. Kind of mirror builds here and a mirror matchup. Kind of standard for a PvP. Yeah, English doesn't work. I'm gonna bring up something when this game's over. I didn't start the music, did I? There we go. Yeah, when this game is over, I'm gonna link you guys a funny comedy video I saw from like, it's a comedy video from like the 50s or 60s, I think. It's black and white, and it explains English perfectly. English is not consistent. Now, Ruin did not. He did scout his opponent. He's gonna try and go around. But Ghost is actually the one with a little bit of an advantage here, with 3 Zealots moving around the edge of the map. 2 Zealots going to be coming out to defend against the 1. Cast a Muse. It doesn't matter if your English isn't perfect, nobody's is. No one is ever perfect at a language. And the thing is, as long as you can understand each other, that's all that matters. Okay, the first Zealot is in here. 1 kill, 2 kills coming in. 2 kills gets done. Is there going to be 3? Probe doing its best. We've got a nice block with the other probes. Oh my god, he still gets the kill. Ruin is so good. Now, where is Ghost's Zealots? Where are they? Ghost gave up his position, I think. Like, what's he doing? He's just hiding Zealots in the middle of the map. I'm not really sure what's going in. Apparently Fear didn't know the map. Sorry, Ghost didn't know the map. He got roped into play quite late. So there we go. A little bit unfortunate, but he was doing okay, but Ruin is definitely in a better spot now. He's done a lot of damage. I mean, surely he looked at the minimap, right? Now it looks like a single Zealot is going to go and find his opponent now. And that's going to feel a little bit bad. I think Ghost may be dead. A little bit unfortunate. Ghost got pulled in at the very last second to play the ace match, because essentially, after the 1v1s ended, all of the StarCast players had to log off, because none of them realized it was going to go to an ace match. And then, luckily enough, Cruiser and like the CWT captains worked out how to get people playing, but... Akonias, are you Ghost? Like, are you Lord Ghost? Oh, okay, you're actually Lord Ghost. Okay, I didn't know. Well, that's 2 people who are playing today that are actually watching the game. So much pressure. But you had a good spot, and then unfortunately you didn't know the map. You should look to the minimap at least. Like, it's good that you came in and played though at the last minute. But yeah, it looks like this game is going to be over. Ghost is doing a pretty good job microing here. The Zealots actually trading well with Ruins, but Ruins Dragoons trading maybe a little bit better. No, Ghost is going to be able to hold on here, it looks like. Although the Zealots slowly starting to go down, this is going to be where it's very, very difficult. It's going to be Dragoons versus Dragoons and Zealots, and that is not a battle you can really win. Is the 6-minute curse going to strike again? Yes, it is. GG! Ghost taps out, and Ruin wins game number 5. Okay, that's going to be it for series number 1 of today. We have a 3-2 victory for StarCast over CWT. Sim winning over Wonder. Jesse with a very well played game winning over Fleta. Thea getting the walkover win over Conan. Rayna winning a very weird game over Lick. And then Ruin taking a win over Ghost at the end. Unfortunately, both of those two players got pulled in at the last minute for the ace match, because neither player knew they were going to be playing. And then some weird stuff happened, and it all like kind of went a bit heat tong. But there we go. That is it for series number 1. I am just going to Castamuse. I love when Castamuse and any of his friends lose. He just says in Twitch chat, just in case you're watching on YouTube or you're like watching the VOD or whatever. Castamuse goes, "Oh, Fleta lost? Let me kick his ass." I love it. It's so good. It's like when Sondera kept losing as well. Just a quick word on English, and this is something I'm gonna link something in both chats as well, because this video is good watching, because it explains like one of the things that I just can't explain why English does it in the same way. But there we go. It's like from a very old movie. It's a black and white movie, and it's not like the way you can look at it. You can be, oh, they're making fun of this guy's English accent. I posted that in the wrong place. I should do it in the restream chat. There we go. Have a look at that while we're on a break. And it's just something that I just don't get with English. Like, as Quark said in chat before, and Rota agreed with, like, English is essentially like, it's like bastardized Dutch. Yeah, wait. Lucy, I Love Lucy isn't a movie. I thought it was. My bad. Whatever it is, it's like a TV show. Either way, I don't care. I've got no idea what it actually is. Oh, it's CBS All Access, so yeah, it's probably a TV show. Oh, it's a comedy series. Okay. Yeah, but basically, English was basically spawned from Dutch, and then we put a load of French in because we had a French king at the time, and then we added some German and some Latin as well, because we were like, we're going to take Dutch and make it our own thing, but then we're also going to put Latin in because we're a God-fearing country, right? So we need to put the religious words in. So it kind of spawned from like 5 different languages or something, like modern English. And modern English is always borrowing from other languages as well, which is very confusing. Like, it's very, very confusing. Like, words like hikikomori are in the English dictionary now as well. And it's like, what? Like, hold on. It's like the polar opposite of French, where they have an academy literally built to stop loanwords. Okay, I will see you guys in a few minutes for game or series number 2. It's Red versus Psi. STPL. Okay guys, welcome back. We are here for our second series of today. It's going to be Red versus Storm. Red sending out another all Protoss lineup, but somehow we only ended up with one PvP. That is pretty sick. I was so worried when I saw a full Protoss lineup that if Psi sends out more than one, like loads of Protoss, we're going to be in a lot of trouble here. We're going to have a PvP day, but we avoided it. We've got a lot of PvZ though, but we do have a single TvP as well. It's going to be cool. So we've got a PvZ, PvZ, PvT, and PvP. We're going to start with Raz and Letalis. Letalis actually subbed in. Letalis subbed in for SCTV Force, so he's playing Terran. So my overlay is going to be wrong, but that's okay. We can fix that afterwards. I'm not going to worry about fixing that now. I'm going to have to reload the overlay. I'll do it in the next break. But that's all good. Let's get into its game. Number 1, Raz versus Letalis on New Electric Circuit. Okay, we got the Terran music. Hell yeah. So it's a PvT to start us off with. Starting us off here in the top right hand corner in the pink. or the peach, I guess this is, fighting. Or, fighting for pSi. It's Latalis. Okay, starting us off down here in the bottom left in the weird greeny yellow. It's Raz fighting for red. Okay, I shouldn't have been typing there, but I felt like I had to say something. Oh, Costumese likes this map. That makes a change. Usually Costumese hates the maps that I use. Okay, so it's PvT. Latalis did swap in for a well, he's usually a Zerg player, but he's playing Terran here. He replaced SCTV Force, so that's something to look out for. Now Latalis, expanding like he's a Zerg player. This is a 12 CC. What the hell? Okay. Oh, apparently Latalis is a Terran player on ladder. Okay, never mind. I've maybe put his race down wrong in the database. That's my bad, but this is difficult. How do you make this work? Your SCV is just going to be harassed into oblivion. $12cc is definitely weird. And he's going to make it work. The SCV is going to be able to build the command center. But the trouble is, there's a Zealot. Now, the Zealot is the issue here. There's a second Zealot. Now, there's two Zealots before there is a single Marine. This is rough. Now, this is a very risky build. If you pull all of your SCVs and micro perfectly, you can somehow win this. But it is going to be rough. It's going to be tough. And this Zealot is going to blow his house down, most likely. Although, I guess that's more huff and puff. But either way, I'll make it work. I mean, he's going to have his SimCity. The command center is not going to finish, but he's still technically going to be an advantage if he can build it at some point. Looks like we do have Raz moving back to bring in his second Zealot at the same time. Second Marine is going to have time to come in. Nice focus fire on the probe, but obviously the Zealots are still alive. Now this is going to be where it's going to be annoying. Because now the Zealots have forced the Marines away from the SimCity. SCVs have been pulled. Can he pull them long enough to be able to stay alive? Marines being used to micro around. The SCVs chasing as well. Now the Marines need to be microed. They need to stay alive. If the Marines can stay alive here, he can do something. But losing 2 Marines, 3 Marines going down. This could be a little bit too much damage. Latalis needs the command center to finish, but he's not quite got it. And Clark pointing out that he didn't build a second depot because he expected to have the command center. The factory is not yet finished. The SCVs are not in a good place to attack the Zealots either. A Zealot attacking the natural command center as well. Only 1 Zealot remains in the main base, but there is so few SCVs now. It's a little bit rough. If he can somehow finish this, he is going to be in a good spot with the Dragoon coming in as well, with only 2 Marines to his name. It's going to be so difficult. Now, building a Vulture here I think would be a mistake. You do need to get the... Okay, it looks like we are going to have all the SCVs pulled to try and help deal with this. The 3rd Marine is about to pop out. No machine shop though. One of the Marines gets taken down immediately. The SCV's not being microed perfectly, getting stuck a little bit. Another Marine going down as well. Now, this is a good surround. Can he get the surround on the Dragoon? Yes, he can. The Dragoon goes down. That is a good move here. But he doesn't have many other units. It's SCVs against attacking units, essentially. The Zealot is doing so much here. If he can maybe... There we go. GG. Latalis steps out. Raz wins game number 1. We'll be back in a few minutes with game number 2. I'm just going to have to reload my overlay and everything, so I'll be a little bit longer. See you guys soon.
Start doing 3, 2, 1.
Okay guys, welcome back. Spawning us down here in the bottom left hand corner in the pink, fighting for pSi. It's Mitak. And his opponent spawning up here in the top right hand position in the yellow, fighting for red. It's Jumper. Okay, PvZ on Blue Storm can be a little bit rough for Protoss players in the early game, just because of how difficult things can be. Sorry, I completely lost all train of thought. I noticed when we were in that break that this really like high-end developer from like a VR company follows me with like he's got that on Twitter and he's got like a verified account, and I'm like, why is this guy following me? Who is he? And I was just checking what his Twitter was. But basically, in the early game, Protoss have a little bit of a hard time against Zerg busts because it's quite difficult. It's a quite open natural. You do have this hole that you need to block as well, which you cannot block with a building, which means Lings can get in early on, and so can Hydras. So you build your Nexus here, you build the Forge here, and you build the gas, which kind of helps wall here, but this entire area is attackable, which is quite difficult. And yeah, and as Quark points out, the later the game goes on, the better this gets for Protoss, because it's very easy to split the map. Obviously the 12 and 6 o'clock bases, there's one here and one here. You can actually take those with Reavers and you can wall those off as well, and it makes it very difficult for the Zerg to be able to break into them. This is probably one of the best late game maps, I think, for Protoss versus Zerg. It's very, very good for like carriers as well in PvT, but I don't think we'll see carriers against Protoss against Zerg again. If this was Praise, and the turns were tabled, as it were, then I think we could see carriers in the late game, but I don't know too much about Jumper's play. I know he is from America, so we can only assume he is very partial to Freedom Toss, and I don't know what that is, but we'll just make that up. That can be his thing. Thank you, Dreamer, for the raid, man. Hopefully your stream went okay. You guys are tuning in just to see the start. Actually, this is game 2 of Red vs. Psi. I forgot game 1 ended so quickly. But yeah, we've got a PvZ on Bluestorm. We've got Jumper expanding. Mitak is obviously expanding as well. Third hatchery coming in at the natural, going to be used as part of a wall. Not going to use it to get the mineral only or the base in the top right hand corner. Probe gets in, scouts the fact that gas is just finished, and Jumper is going to know that speedlings are not going to be a problem. Yeah, Jumper was King DT last time, wasn't he? I wonder if he's going to go DT again. Thank you for reminding me, Yufeng. They're doing a pretty good job of keeping the probe alive, but with no speed on the Lings, it's not the hardest thing to do. It is still difficult though. It does take a lot of concentration to be able to keep it alive and keep yourself scouting. Because it's no good just keeping the probe alive, it's actually looking at what's going on is the important thing. Now Jumper actually built a shield battery in range of this Zealot, so that Zealot is not going to be broken. We've got Zealots on the high ground as well. He knows there's no Hydra Den, so he is going to be feeling very, very safe to just do whatever he wants right now. And Mitak going into lair, it's going to get scouted as well. I said your thing, didn't I? Come on. Come on. You're also English. You can't make fun of my accent. This isn't fair. Just because you moved to America doesn't mean you can give up on your accent. I said your thing, right? Did I say you thing? Did I? Someone clip it if I did, I want to see. My English may be terrible, but I mean, I can still cast. And people can still understand me. I may say things wrong, but I'm fairly certain I didn't say that wrong. I think your ears are broken. Yeah, it's alright, bruv. It's in it. It's alright. It's all... Okay, we don't say I. We don't say I. That's like an American thing. Oh, you thing is you thing. Oh, okay. It's because I said do your thing, didn't I? Oh, right. Yeah, okay, my bad. I just completely misunderstood what you were saying. I probably said your... I thought I said your thing and I didn't. I thought you were making fun of my accent. I'm like, what? But there we go. Looks like is the... Oh, it's not in range, but it's close enough. Yeah, have you not heard anyone say Yufeng's name out loud before? It's not thing, it's thing, but still. Okay, we've got the Stargate coming up. Citadel coming in shortly after. Just while we got a little bit of a lull in the game, Quark, this is a weird question, but what part of the UK are you actually from? Because I have no idea. I know you've been around in the scene forever, and I've only been around the scene since like 2007, but I genuinely didn't know much about foreign players until like the last 5 years, so I didn't know any of the good players from back in the day or anything, so I don't actually know where you're from. I know you live in America now, that's about all I know. Salisbury. So is that the Salisbury where like the Salisbury Plains are, where Stonehenge is, or is this a different Salisbury? Also, why is it Salisbury when it's Salisbury? Why is English so confusing? Okay, the first Corsair actually taking a ton of damage here from the Hydras in the middle. Does get a good scout. More cannons come up immediately as he knows he has to hold on against this. Lair is finished. There is no Spire done. So this was a lair for... Wait, is he going drop? He's going Overlord drop, so this is a very interesting move by Mitak. Okay, Quark apparently stopped playing 2009 to 2020 and came back in 2020, obviously. Wasn't good until 07, so had a very small window. Fair point. You must have... That was only the... that would have been only one TSL, right? Like the final one. I can't even remember when TSL was. I know there was a TSL that started after I started. Oh, sorry, I started in 2008, not 2007. Even I'm getting my years mixed up. Apparently you can say... Youthing says you can say youth. He puts the ing in the name because he didn't want a bunch of ugly numbers in his ID. Oh, DT man's out here, but there's an Overlord. That DT does not get much damage done. Now, Lurker drops on this map are incredibly strong. But it's very easy to avoid them as long as you've got the right observers, you've got the right units in the right places. And he already has cannons in his mineral line, so he should be okay. But this is a lot of Lurkers. He doesn't even have to go for the drop. Getting drop tech is good, it's finished. But you don't have to win the game with a drop. You can set up a contain here, and it's going to be very difficult for Jumper to be able to get out. Looks like Mitak getting ready to take his third base. I thought Jumper was going to hide a base down here, but chose not to. Probe gets taken down in the middle of the map there while all this is going on. Corsair going to be looking for a drop coming in. Looks like we are going to see a Lurker drop over on the right-hand side, but should really look to go for a Lurker contain anyway. No, it's just going to be a big drop. Okay. I thought he wouldn't go for it, but looks like the Corsair does see this. Units should head back into the main. They do. There's a High Templar that's actually walled out, so it can't get back. It's going to run up here and die, most likely. But Corsair's attacking the Overlord's not really going to be doing too much. The DT underneath, not really going to help out too much either, but the Lurker going to burrow. The Lurker's going to burrow. Are they going to burrow? Are they going to burrow? Yes, they do. Not target firing the probes, though. So that means all of the Lurkers get cleaned up. Sorry, there's one more remaining, but there is another cannon finishing. He is going to be able to clean this Lurker up without losing too many probes, and that is not a good move by Mitak whatsoever. All of the units go down, and he's actually got four Hydras in this Overlord. They could have actually really helped. One of the problems with going mass drop is it doesn't work. He's got 4 kills here, but all of the probes actually got transferred away, so it's not the end of the world. 35 probes still do remain. Oh, they didn't even get transferred away. They're just kind of waiting here. He's got to clean this up before he can do anything. Does he have a storm? Yeah, he does. He's going to storm them. He kills the... Oh my god, that Overlord is lucky. Overlord stays alive. DT dies a king, though. Killing the last Lurker as it falls. We've got another drop getting ready to come in. This Overlord is very low on health, though. Yeah, he's actually going to choose not to do it. Going for a Lurker contain here is just better, I think, than dropping. Because if you Lurker contain here, there's absolutely nothing that the Protoss player can do about it. You can't get Dragoons out of this. You can run around with Zealots, but like 4 Lurkers here, and that blocks this area, essentially. So, looks like the Overlord's getting it caught off guard in the middle of the map. No +1 attack on our Protoss air at the moment. Do we have a single Evolution Chamber yet? No Evolution Chamber. Mitak is playing for a win now, But I think this is going to hurt him the longer the game goes on. +1 armor is about to finish. So it's going to be 1-1. And oh my goodness, this is so many overlords that are about to get taken down. Oh my goodness, 2 overlords going to die immediately. Can he get the other ones as well? The Corsairs going to be low on health. 3 overlords go down. Yeah, Mitak is very far behind now. He has a big army, which means Jumper can't leave his base. Oh, this is a nice lurker drop, but unfortunately, all the probes get pulled away immediately. There's no observer though, that's a little bit unfortunate. And how is this cannon not in range? How is this not in vision range? How does that work? Why are, like, I swear, cannons have bigger vision range against me. But yeah, Mitak was essentially going for an all-in drop, and it's not worked. So now he has to drone up like a madman. Like, he has to drone up an insane amount. While he's doing that, he's no longer building units, which means he cannot replenish this contain. And it means we are going to be going into a longer game, I think, because I don't think Jumper realistically has enough to push through and win, but he has enough to be able to expand. Now, we've got another drop here. It is just Hydras, not doing too much damage. Rotate in chat saying cannons are the second worst stack defense. The DPS cost and health. Apparently Rota did the maths. I think that spores are better than turrets in my opinion, but maybe I'm wrong. I guess turrets you can build everywhere and they're cheaper. I guess that is the one bonus, but spores are so powerful, like they do so much damage. Oh, apparently Rota is saying Spore is the best. Okay, nice nice usage of the siege battery to keep the... I think he shield batteried a Templar that became an Archon immediately. I'm not really sure. Okay, we've got Jumper pushing out here. Can he do the damage he needs to break out this short, small contain? It looks like he can. The Zerg units without any upgrades are melting right now. It's 104 supply against 50. Jumper could actually just push across the map here and win. But is he going to do it? That's the thing. Could Jumper be a player where he gets ahead, he wants to get more ahead? Oh, apparently Turret is apparently the best and Spore is second best. I don't know, I kind of feel like Sunkens are really good. Rota actually linked the he linked his I'm gonna put this in. You know what, I'm not going to. I'm gonna do it after the game. Okay, Hydra's coming in behind. If he'd have managed to snipe all of those High Templar, then maybe this would be a different game. But I feel like Jumper's army should just be enough to push through. He's got 2 attack, 1 armor. We have a lurker drop in the main, but it's done no kills again. Okay, it looks like the Protoss going to push towards the Zerg's natural here. There's a lot of lurkers, but they're kind of pretty well spread. Hydra's in the back, going to take out some of the High Templar. There's not actually that many units remaining here for Jumper. Somehow Mitak is holding on, although I feel like Jumper is misunderstanding how much Mitak actually has. Like, I feel like if he just pushes, he can win. But if Mitak can hold on enough times, he can drag the game out a little bit longer. But only +1 attack is done. Okay, how did Jumper just not outright win the game here? Oh my god, looks like the third base from Jumper could actually go down some rogue Hydras here in the middle of the map. Oh my god, the Nexus is so low, it's gonna go down, it's so close. Can he kill it? No, he cannot kill it. The Nexus survives, but with 34 health. That is not what we want. The five more Hydra is going to be coming over here. He is going to be able to snipe. No, he's not. There's units in the way now. He's going to get the Overlords as well. Looks like, oh, he's going to leave the Overlords alive. Not going to chase them. Okay, the Overlord. Oh my god, he actually. Oh my god, he picks up the Hydras of the one Overlord that's going to die. Oh no. Oh, it survived and he saved all his Hydras. Killed the Corsair as well. Okay, this is like a weird dance because I feel like Jumper should be able to win this game, but he's just... Oh, there we go, the Hydras go down. I wonder if you can drop a Ghost here. Can you drop a Ghost here and then nuke this base? Is that big enough for a Ghost to fit on? Anyone know? Can you drop a High Templar there and Storm? I don't think Storm has that range, but a nuke definitely would have. Trouble is, Radley retired, so he's not playing anymore, so we're not going to get any Ghosts this season. Now, there's a lot of Zerg units once again. Jumper going to be moving forward. He's got a lot of High Templar, but not really that much of any other unit, which makes this a very weird situation. I think he's actually got more High Templar than he has Zealots. That's incredible for Storm, but it means he can't really trade very efficiently with his army. Now, it looks like he is going to be able to take out more Lurkers. 3 more Lurkers remain, but that's it. Yeah, I'm fairly certain... Hold on, I'm going to check this. So there's 7 High Templar, 5 Zealots. Oh, High Templar running forward and gonna die. No Storm being used there, a little bit unfortunate. 2 High Templar going down for free. Okay, a lot of creep colonies coming in. He is going to be spamming Sunkens. I still feel like if Jumper just had all of his units in one place, he'd be able to win the game. But he has units in his main still. His main is almost mined out. His third base is barely mining. And he does have a 4th base now with a ton of cannons. But I feel like this game should be over. Mitak was so far behind that he has somehow managed to trade well enough. And maybe Jumper hasn't attacked enough to give Mitak a way back into the game. And we are looking like we're going to be heading into a split map ZVP here, which is not something you see every day. But when the map gets split in ZVP, the game goes on for a very, very long time. So we could be in for like a 50-minute game here. Nice Storm. Nice second Storm. King DT coming in here, but there is... Oh my god, there's a single... Oh no, the DT. Okay, that was... I thought for sure he was going to storm the Lurkers, and he's like, no, I'm going to storm next to me. And then he pulls away. Now, funnily enough, sending the DT in to attack the base wouldn't actually be that bad. We've got the 6 o'clock base being taken by the Protoss player, but he... Okay, so he's had to... He's had to build his Nexus off center, so this gas is going to be mining incredibly badly because he pylon blocked it before. He didn't want the Zerg taking the base. So his Nexus is miles away from the gas. Okay, it would have been better to just build a cannon up here, kill the pylon, then build the Nexus, but that's like a 4 or 5 gas probe gas, I think. Still, if we can see Mitak take the 12 o'clock base, he's going to be in a good spot. Jumper is about to get dropped in his main again. Luckily enough, there are some cannons left over from before and some units as well, so that's going to help him defend this, but... Nice Storms coming in. All of the Zealots going down again though. He's got so many High Templar. This man is the king of Storms. He's just got so much Storm energy. Now imagine if there was a Defiler with this, and how much damage this would do. But one of the gateways going down. Very weird choice to push the gateways, but Hive is done. We've got double Evolution Chamber, neither of them are upgrading. More storms coming down. Even storming the Lurker Egg that's building. Mitak is still in a very weird spot. Jumper. Oh, Jumper's units, a lot of them are stuck. He's trying to rally into the middle of the map, but that doesn't work. You need to rally here and then run up. But it feels like if Jumper just had all of his army in one place, he would win the game. Quark just said in chat that Weather Wizard summon lightning. Why did that make me laugh so much? Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Okay, we're doing the strats. We're going for the six. We're doing the six observers in the same place, just so that when Plague hits, we make sure all of them. We make sure all of them die. We've got another big drop coming in the main base. Luckily enough, a lot of his units are still stuck here, so he's going to be able to turn them around and defend. But this is definitely a really weird situation. We've got a base coming up at 12. The base down here, there's a gateway walling this off, but he does need a robo with Reavers. But look at this, the units, look at the perfect positional play by Jumper, keeping his units back at his natural, just so he can defend against this drop. Perfect play. That's a weird storm. Okay, that's the first like bad storm I've seen this game. But once again, there's so many units which are not attacking units up here that he can't actually break through. Wizards are so strong. Wait, is there no link speed? Oh, link speed isn't done. I didn't even realize. Double Defiler Mound as well. He's like, oh damn, I need my Defiler upgrades. Better get Consume and Plague at the same time. But he doesn't have the gas, which is kind of weird. This is a very weird game, but it's splitting the map anyway. Nice drop with the Hydras, gonna catch some of the probes, trying to transfer down to the 12 o'clock base. Observer sees the base up here now, so he knows about that. Also, look at my name, you don't need to like badmouth the players. Like, there's no need for that. Clark saying wizards are scary units. They do cast illusions. They're pretty broken. But once again, Jumper not really pushing in with enough units to actually break through. Looks like Mitak's gonna hold on again. Jumper gonna be forced to go back. Nice storm. More units coming in here, but Lings are strong. I think he got Adrenaline before he got Speed, because these Lings are absolutely tearing through everything. Overlord's getting caught off guard a bit in the middle here. Jumper with his full side of the map, all he has to do is take the top middle and he starves the Zerg. But he still doesn't have all that many units. Mitak with a good amount of army over here. Unfortunately, one of his lurkers gets stormed. Nice use of the lurker egg at the front, making it very difficult for our Protoss player to break through. But Zerg is definitely in a lot of trouble now. 60 supply against 171. The base at 12 is going to go down. And with that, Mitak, I think, is going to find himself getting starved. And it means we are going to be going into game number 3. With the series tied up. Oh no, it'll be 2-0 in favor of red if we go into game 3. This, despite everything, this Nexus survived. I'm surprised, but we did it, team. The Nexus made it. This base is completely defended. I mean, if there was a Defiler with Consume and Plague, like he could swarm and plague the cannons and kill the base, but the issue is he has to take back this area, and that is the problem. That is going to be such an issue for our Zerg player, who is in a lot of trouble right now. But the unit's getting caught in the middle. Lots of wizards. There's now 12 High Templar here. He has the storm up, well, he has the energy upgrade. He is no way going to be able to use all of these storms. Yeah, 59 supply blocked. 27 minutes into the game. This is so many storms. He is not going to be able to micro all of these. Like, it's impossible. Okay, Clark says the Reaver is the Robo Slug. I like the Wizard one, but Robo Slug is kind of boring. But here we go. Look how broken the Wiggly men are. But look how good the Wizards are. Storm, and it kills most of the most of the Lings, but they're still alive. The Lings are alive. They're gonna kill the Nexus. Oh my god, he saves his Nexus again. How is he saving his Nexus like this? I still love the, like, move 5 observers at the same time so they can all die to, like, 1 plague. But it looks like he should have enough now to break through. He is tripling his opponent's supply now. All of the Overlords are in the middle of the map, and they're about to get stormed. But the Wizards of the Coast moving in, dropping a storm down on one of the Sunkens to kill some of the Lings. 3-2 upgrades here against 0-0 on melee. Oh, sorry, no, 0 Carapace on melee. But GG, Mitak taps out, Jumper takes game number 2. We'll be back in game number 3 in a couple of minutes.
Every single day, stress comes in every way. I ain't got no time for nobody. My style is rich, dope, fat, and witch. We'll make a cake today that looks rich. Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl.
Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl.
M-I-X the flour into the bowl.
M-I-X the flour into the bowl.
Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl.
Crack, crack, crack egg into the bowl.
M-I-X the flour into the bowl.
M-I-X flour into the bowl.
Making a cake, yes, means you gotta try. I'm doing this for years, but don't ask me why. Butter, butter, butter joins the bowl.
Butter, 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 butter joins the bowl.
You're making us a cake that you've never seen before.
Make us a cake that's never seen before. Make us a
Heat up the oven, now we're on a roll.
heat up the oven. Now we roll.
Cheap, cheap, cheap's the name of my soul.
Cheap. Name your soul.
The other day, I was called a little turkey, but I'm a chicken, got it? Your beef jerky? Put the cake in the oven for a while.
Put cake oven for a while.
Leave it there, come on, clean the pie.
Leave there, come pie.
Put the cake in the oven for a while.
Put cake oven for a while.
Leave it there, come on, clean the pile.
Leave it there, come on, clean the pie.
Here, I got a little sample.
Here, I don't have a
Sample time's just what we don't have.
Cause money times is what we don't have. Cause money is
Chicken in the kitchen is making all the sound. The cake is done while we were sitting around. All we gotta do is apply the final touches.
all we gotta do is apply final touch. All we gotta do is
Take out the shrimp, the clam, and the perches.
take out the shrimp, clam, and perch. Take out the
perch goes here, the clam goes there.
perch goes here, the clam goes here, the clam.
The little tiny shrimps just go everywhere.
The little tiny strip just goes everywhere.
Whatever you likes in the middle, fiddle.
Whatever you like, whatever in the middle, fiddle.
Seafood cake comes just like the riddle.
Seafood cake, seafood comes just like with.
Okay, that wasn't so hard, was it?
No problem. But how'd you get?
Okay guys, starting us off here in the top right hand position in the red, fighting pSi is Kiko. And their opponent spawning down here in the bottom right hand corner in the pink, fighting for red. It's it's red's pSi. Okay, PBT on Judgment Day, one of my favorite matchups on this map. If we look at the map stats for the STPL, PBT in favor of Terran 7-5, but it's been quite back and forth recently, all the games. We've actually had a lot of PBTs on here in STPL Season 5. It's 2-2 for this season so far. Pretty good. Eco a pretty good Terran player, pSi a pretty good Protoss player as well. Also, DDD Cakes, I've not actually played Jamalami properly. I need to sit and play it at some point, because I know it's good. It's basically Parappa the Rapper, but the rhythm game element is actually better. But I've just never actually played it. I might sit and play it this weekend, if I've got time. I'll record it as well. Yeah, Parappa the Rapper is really good. I want to play Parappa the Rapper 2 as well, although apparently it's questionable, but the music in it's really good. The other game I really love and I want to play, but I've never been able to play, is the game Gitaruman from the PS2. It was on the PSP as well, but I never actually got to play it. But apparently that's really good. And yeah, the rhythm in Jamalami actually works, because in Parappa the Rapper the timing is kind of all off. We've got a Nexus here, but Parappa the Rapper is less about actually meeting the beats and then just making your own beat and getting the master rank. I've only ever managed it once on one of the levels, and that's on Chop Chop Master Onion's one. I've never done it on any other one, ever. The weird one is, I see a lot of people saying online that the cheap cooking one on Parappa the Rapper 1 is really broken and hard to pass, but I never had any problem with that. I always had problem with is he like meant to be a frog? Like the Rasta dude who like owns the market stall. Like, I could never beat that when I was younger. I beat it first time when I was playing it again. But yeah, cheap I got really lucky with or something, because I've never had trouble with that one. I remember when I got the game again on PSP, I had trouble on the final stage, which is You Gotta Believe. Like, I had a lot of trouble with that, but looks like we're going to have a push in. The Zealot going to take down the first Marine by the looks of it. Vulture being a little bit lazy here. Not really doing too much, but does kill the Vulture in the end. Eco going to be able to use that to push forward. There's not actually that much back here to defend. Second gateway's coming up. The core is done and range is on the way, but he should be able to get in with the Vulture and get at least 2 kills, which will be a nice trade. Making the right choice, ignoring the Zealot, going for the probes immediately. Yeah, Mitak saying he always taps GG, so... Yeah, we know you're mana man. You've never not typed GG. Yeah, it's as Rota said, Mitak typed GG and quit, but because he did it at the same time, the replay didn't save it. It happens. Not a big deal. SCTV going to be pushed away. The Vulture only got 1 probe, which wasn't exactly the best trade. Nice usage of the Dragoon. Yeah, the Dragoon to be able to clean that up. Just in case you guys didn't hear, you know there was like the ESL Warcraft 3 tournament? That's been cancelled now. There's not going to be another season. Like, they're not going to continue it. Apparently, ESL's targets weren't met. And, like, the thing is, Warcraft 3, realistically, in the foreign scene is way, way bigger than Brood War. Like, by a long shot. Like, back to Warcraft, get, like, thousands of viewers per stream. And, yeah, they didn't meet the targets for ESL, so... I mean, Brood War doing the one, like, Italian esports invitational thing... I think we should be lucky that we ever had that, because I don't think we're going to ever get anything again. I'm so sad that I couldn't go to that as well. I got invited to cast, and I was going to be casting with Sail, and I was so excited, but I couldn't get a, I couldn't get a passport in time, which sucked. Yeah, RCG exists, but there's not going to be a, there's not going to be like a ESL event again, I don't think, for Brood War. RCG still exists for Warcraft 3 as well, though. Big ups to Esports Fund, our major sponsor, giving us $1,000 to the prize pool. We're looking to get $2,500 this season, guys, so if you want to help support the tournament, head on over to the Matrino page, hit up the code to add some free money courtesy of our, not ASL, ESL, courtesy of our sponsors, Matrino. The Warcraft ESL League has been cancelled. It did 2 seasons, but they've cancelled it now. ASL is still going. ESL。ESL。まあ、やっぱ日本語で言うともっとわかりやすいよね。The owner of Afrika is a really massive StarCraft 1 fan, so ASL should last a while, I'm hoping. Okay, not really much happening at the moment as both players just kind of power up. Back at home we've got pSi going into a 6th gateway. Third base not built yet, but Stargate is up. Templar Archives is coming in as well, so we're going to see some Arbiter play from him. Kiko, meanwhile, going up to his 5 factories, plus 1 is on the way, but this is actually quite late. Starport should be coming up soon after this as well. There's the Starport, and we do need that third base coming up soon too. Daughter says in chat that oh no, Weeb Kicks is taking over. Okay, Forge coming up here, we're going to start seeing some upgrades coming in from our Protoss player. Cannons can be pretty good as well. Now, pSi has actually been sat on his side of the map basically this entire time, so Kiko has been able to put a lot of mines down. I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem because he does have his observer with his Dragoons, but you never know. A Terran building just got destroyed, or he cancelled something. Oh, he built 2 starports and cancelled the one he started first, I think. But I guess this isn't a better place anyway. That's fine. Yeah, the thing is with Kiko going for quite late upgrades, like he's not going to be pushing anytime soon. We're going into a 6th factory on 2 base. First observer goes down. Gets another scan out the front, does get a couple of hits off on the Dragoons, so they're going to have to fall back. There is a shuttle here getting ready to deal with a push, but I don't think there's going to be a push coming anytime soon. Third base coming in from pSi. Kiko should be getting ready for his third base as well, but it's very difficult to actually expand when you're on 6 factories, because if you're constantly building out of them, you can't actually afford a 4th command center. Now, the science facility is very late. +1 is finished, but +2 is going to be even later than it was before. Science facility is only just coming in with the 2nd armory. Still no 3rd command center. So Kiko is going to be looking to try and do a little bit of damage, but the trouble is, the damage he's going to be able to cause is not going to be that high, given the fact he doesn't have the economy or the upgrades to really do the timing that he needs. And we're going to start to see probably a couple more tanks come out of here, and then nothing but Vulture Flood as he then pushes across the map with what he has. Now, pSi realistically doesn't have much either. He's going to have stasis on one Arbiter by the time this push comes, which is going to help him out a little bit. Okay, Protoss units in the middle of the map, just clearing up some of the rogue vultures that are running around. No fourth base yet for pSi. pSi getting ready to deal with this push. Let's double check. Is he flooding? Nothing yet. Nothing but vultures coming out. +2 is a third of the way done, so not really the best time in the push. The first Arbiter goes down though without doing any spells. Oh my god, the mine's hitting these Dragoons as well. This is not going to go well for pSi in the end of it all. There's a lot of Zealots still alive though. There's a lot of Dragoons still alive. Zealots eating up a ton of that damage. So this Terran army should be able to be taken away. Now it's going to be nothing but Vultures against nothing but Dragoons. And that is a fight the Terran can't win. So he is going to have to fall back. But that is going to put the Terran player very, very far behind. pSi with a great trade there. Losing his Arbiter was a little bit regrettable. But it can't be helped. He needed it there at the front of the fight, but that was a very, very nice surround. There's Zealots coming in from a good angle as well. Get on top of all the tanks, and now pSi is going to look to try and take his fourth base here. I think taking the other main would be better once again. I kind of feel like Protoss players are not taking the other main fast enough. And the probe's going to die anyway. But okay, there's a lot of Protoss players in chat, and like Clark is actually really good. Like, why are Protoss players in the SCPL not taking the other main faster? Why are they always going for the close fourth? I don't understand it. It feels like they're playing against the way the map works. Because if you push here as Terran, you can kill this base. Like, if you get this base down here, you can block here, stop any vultures coming in. And you can get gateways down here, so when the Terran pushes here, you've got units coming out of this side of the map that can go for a counterattack. Quark's saying they don't know the maps, but surely you don't need to know the map to know there's another main in the bottom left-hand corner, and that it would be better to take. Like, maybe that's just my opinion, maybe it's wrong, but I don't know. I think it's a bit unfair to say that nobody knows the STPL maps, because some people actually do. And you can tell, but Rota saying I feel like most people want to fight the army and not play refugee toss these days. I don't know, it just kind of feels like fighting the army never seems to work out in the late game. Like 3-2 mech will always beat, as long as the Terran player doesn't mess up. It will literally always beat whatever Protoss army, right? Like, you need more than one army to beat a fully 3-2, 3-3 mech army, right? That's just how it's always worked. And that's where Refugee Toss came in. Because even if you lost your, like, you lost the entrance to your main, you could still go in and win the game later on. Yeah, if you stasis everything, sure, but that is essentially, that requires the Terran player to make a massive mistake. Yeah, you need to either not EMP or stack all of your units to make that work. And I don't think that works. Like, I just feel like that's... You're playing against the strength of Protoss. By doing that, you're playing into the strength of the Terran player. Like, maybe I'm wrong. I don't even like... Okay, so Rota says it works against foreigners. That is a fair point. But I still feel like you're playing against the strengths of your race and the weakness of Terran. The entire weakness of Terran mech is the fact that it's essentially... Oh, that's a nice scan. Oh, but he's moving the... No, where's it going? EMP, EMP, EMP. There we go, EMP. But yeah, Terran mech's weakness is that it's slow, and that you can't really engage very well, like, on the move. Quark says, sometimes the wizards jump out their flying chariots and call down lightning on the tanks. Wait, you spelled lightning wrong, didn't you? That's not how you spell lightning. Yeah, there's no E in lightning, man. Quark. Quark, what are you doing? You're letting the team down. This is what happens. You go to America and you forget how to spell. God damn, man. Yeah, that EMP on the Arbor was pretty clutch, but realistically, Kiko can't really push anywhere at the moment anyway. His upgrades are not super high. Quark just says, there's no E in team. What the hell? What does that even mean? Ham? Huh? Yeah, youth saying usually American English takes the letters out as well. We take out the U's out of favor and armor, for instance. That is true. But then I can't get it. The U in armor and favor is not necessarily needed, but then OR on its own is not necessarily the sound in English. So it's pretty weird. Now we do finally have some gateways coming up in the bottom right hand corner. Cannons here as well. Should use a Dragoon or something to block that for the time being, but he's got Kiko pretty well stuck in his base. Yeah, Rote, you actually, like, you didn't, did you, like, study linguistics or something, or did you actually just study the languages? Because, okay, okay, I missed this because I was busy thinking about language, but this did nothing. Yeah, the question I've got about the way English works is, English isn't a language that's built around syllables, right? I mean, technically there are syllables in English, but it's not phonetically consistent with the syllables all the time. And syllables, rather than like Japanese and Chinese, where it's one character is a certain sound, like there are many different sounds for most of the different letters, but like armor, right? Armor, favor, right? There's no, technically you can't hear the UR sound. Like the OUR sound, because that would be our. Like, okay, I'm even more confused now, because thinking about it, when you say our, as in like, our thing, our stuff, it's our, but you don't say fave hour. Oh my goodness, I hate my own language. Yeah, 英語つってようか。いや、日本語の方がいいよ。Yeah, English doesn't make any sense. Oh my god, that missed. Oh, the MP missed. Unlucky. Okay, nice push forward here by Kiko. Gonna be able to expand up to here, and most likely down to here as well. Oh, Rota says there's derivations? How do I say that word? I'm dumb. But he says it's like, where does it come from? Is it an Anglo-Saxon word, or is it a Gaelic word? That's why you have derivations. I'm sure isn't it derivations? Or is it derivations? Have I just been saying it wrong my entire life? Amalgamation, yeah. I like amalgamation. Amalgamation is a nice word. Oh, it's derivations. What the hell? Okay, I don't know my own language, but here we go. Looks like a push coming into the top left. This is one of the benefits of taking the other mains. It forces the Terran to be able to kill them, but then while they're killing them, you just come in to attack them from behind. Kiko getting ready to push forward, but he doesn't have that many units over here, so this push could be fated to doom here. A command center going down up here, not going to be able to do anything. There was a nice recall to get some of the units away from the main. No, actually, that wasn't a recall. He just ran up there. But looks like he is going to maybe try recall into the main behind this. Kiko going to be able to... This is the benefit of Refugee Toss, because he is going to find himself contained in his main. But guess what? He has units being built over in the bottom left, so he's going to be able to come in. That's a nice stasis. That's a spicy stasis right there, but... Okay, this is such a... Okay, I'm going to zoom out for this. This is a very nice surround. But still, it's a big, powerful Terran army. And that should be enough to hold on. So he is going to hold his front position here. Oh, but Kiko doesn't have any scan. Oh, no. Oh, no. No scan. And he loses the final units. He's got... Oh, no. He didn't... No. He didn't hotkey one of his scanners. Oh, the pain. The pain of it all. Oh, man. If he had those scans, he could have killed all of those Dragoons. He still doesn't know about the scanner, I think. That is such a rough thing to happen. Deep Matrix on the tanks, doing the best to keep them alive. But unfortunately, he's losing all of his units here. He's keeping his vessels there because he needs to see the units, but he's got a scan and he doesn't know about them. Oh, that's rough. That's so rough, but Kiko is still stuck on 3 base. He doesn't have a 4th base available yet. pSi is now on 1, 2, 3 base because his mineral only isn't mining. A 4 base, actually. I suppose his natural is about to run out, but he's still pushing forward. Has he found the scanner? I don't think he's found the scanner. EMP, 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 EMP. Oh, he EMPs 2 other vessels, but he doesn't get these 2. 2 others there. One of them almost with enough energy to do some stuff. E-Matrix on the front tank, gonna keep these units alive. 12 o'clock base is coming up, but there's a few gateways up here. Building DTs as well to add insult to injury. This is the Refugee Toss play. Vessel getting killed by an Arbiter right there. 1 kill assassin of an Arbiter. The D-Matrix still hasn't worn out, but he's got no way to kill the Arbiters. And this is that painful moment in PvT, or in TVP, where you don't have enough that shoots up, that all of a sudden, where your opponent's Arbiter count has got so high, they can constantly stasis everything you have. There is a Goliath here. The Goliath is going to be able to kill an almost infinite number of Goliaths. He's still... Oh my god, he still doesn't know about the scanner. He's still not using the scanner. No! He's losing more units. The Goliath did kill a few of the Arbiters though, which is pretty good. 12 o'clock base has gone down. 5 units with 2 DTs, so 7 units. Managed to take that out. Kiko is completely mined out. GG, Kiko taps out. And pSi wins game number 3. Okay, we are here in game number 4, starting us off down here in the bottom left-hand corner in the blue, fighting for pSi. It's Michael. And his opponent down here in the bottom right-hand corner, playing for a 4-0 sweep. It's Best, fighting for red. Okay, PvP, both players going for a single gateway to begin with. Will be interesting to see if we're going to have mirror match, or mirror build in a mirror match again. Mirrors are like the bane of my existence now, because in VR chat everyone just groups in front of mirrors. Well, it's not everyone, but a lot of people do. I get it though, being able to see your own avatar is quite nice. Allows you to like look at your own expressions you're using when you're talking to people and stuff. Also, we have like a PvP in every in every series. There's like a PvP. They're also saying we need more Protosses. We don't have enough PvP. There is more than enough PvP. More than enough. We don't need more. We don't need more. I see enough, and people tune out on PvP. Like, as a caster, like I enjoy watching PvP, right? I actually enjoy watching PvP. I don't think it's the best matchup in the game because that's TVT, but I respect your wishes. PvP, the trouble is, every single game looks exactly the same. Until the late game. The late game, PvP is amazing, right? ZBZ is by far the worst matchup in the game. I would say the matchups in order, okay, this is me kind of going off topic a little bit, but in order of matchups, TVT, PVT, TVZ, PvP, ZVZ. No, I'd actually put PvP above ZVP now. And TVZ. Yeah, you know what? TVT, PVT, PvP, ZVT, ZVZ. Yeah, players probably do like their own mirrors because they understand them better. But the real reason why oh my god, this is funny. He can't get through the eggs. The reason why I love TVT is because every single buildable pixel on the map can actually come into play. There's no other matchup that uses the maps as well as TVT does. TVT can go down to the last mining base, and you can have both players fighting for it. It's so fun. I love that in the late game. Early game TVT, I will admit, is not fun. Early game TVT is kind of boring, but late game TVT is without a doubt my favorite matchup in the game. Because everything, every single little decision matters. It can happen in every matchup, Rota, but it really rarely does happen in any other matchup other than TVT. Like PvP, most of them end within 10 to 15 minutes. Like, and the ones that don't usually last about 40 because after a certain point PvP just becomes weird. Clark saying TVT, one player will move 3 tanks slightly forward and scan, and everyone marvels at their crazy good micro. Meanwhile, Protoss dodging scarabs like bullets. I don't like dodging, so dodging scarabs when it's scarab, like Reaver versus Reaver, is actually not that difficult. It really isn't. Like, maybe if it's like a battle on battle, But I don't believe that, right? Like, when it's just like a Reaver and a Scarab versus a Reaver and a Shuttle and a Reaver and a Shuttle, like, that really isn't that impressive, right? Let's be honest. You get so much time to pick your Reaver back up. Like, it's not impressive, right? It's about as impressive as moving 3 tanks forward. The difference is, when you move those 3 tanks forward, right? You can just lose all 3 of them in one go. To like a single tank. Yeah, Mass Storm is really cool. Mass Storm drop is really cool. That's why I like PvP. Like, late game PvP is why I like PvP. Like, late game PvP is good. I just don't like how for like the first 20 minutes, every PvP seems to look exactly the same. And it's been made worse by the fact that every PvP these days seems to be Dragoon Reaver. Like, I swear there used to be more variety in PvP than there is now. Am I wrong? Like, Roti, you know more about PvP than I do. Like, is that not true? There used to be more variety, right? It never used to be just Dragoon Reaver, right? Rota says blame the maps, okay. So my interesting question is, what makes the maps now good for Goon Reaver and nothing else? Are you able to answer that? Because I genuinely don't know. Like, I don't know enough about Protoss to know why Goon Reaver is so good. Philbio says it would be good to have a PvP with SCVs and drones to mind control. I genuinely think it would be good if there was a map with neutral SCVs and drones to mind control. I think that'd be really cool. And they could do it so they were like in a part of the map you couldn't easily kill them. And then mind control can actually come into Protoss play. Clark says 2-gate robo is basically solid versus everything, which is why people do it. Once again, big shout out to our sponsors Matrino and Esport Fund. Rota says Dead Space behind main and Nat, so speed shot as early is good. Nat chokes widen an arch quickly, so Goon Reaver contains is stronger. And 2-gate Robo is like the 50% build, it's got game against everything. There we go. Rota, the PvP master, let us know some truth knowledge, bombs, or whatever you like to say. I don't even know what to say. Shuttle speed coming in for best. Michael is not going for shuttle speed, so that could play a big part in this game. We do have a Nexus though at the front base for best, for Michael even, which is a little bit easier to defend than this against speed shuttle. But, I mean, by taking this base you get less gas as well, which is going to hurt best a little bit later on. He's not even taken the second gas yet, so just using it to mine the minerals and then taking the third base anyway. This map, the way this map kind of functions in PvP, it kind of guarantees that you're going to get into at least the mid game, I think, because you're always going to get 3 bases. Like, it's so hard not to get 3 bases on this map. The interesting choice of going for the... so that there is a strategic choice from expanding forward. Now, when you expand forward, it's obviously weaker because it's easier to attack in the early game. But if you take this back base and your opponent just attacks down here, you are never leaving your base. And that is the big problem. You can get contained on this map very easily. Now, luckily enough, neither player have kind of attacked. I think they've kind of gone no rush 15 at the in the chat window before the game because not really much is going on. The first major bit of action, I think, is going to be when Speed Shuttle finishes. Speed is about to finish. The second Reaver is about to finish and the Shuttle will start. Still no Shuttle speed over here, but we will have Reavers. Shuttle coming in as well. We've got the Reavers here. But Speed Shuttle versus no speed is kind of like Lings versus no speed Lings. Like, Shuttles obviously don't do any damage on their own, but one is clearly better than the other one. Like, if you fly past the shuttle can't go back and defend without speed. And that is the bonus of going for that early speed. And especially on a map like this, where, I mean, this base is very vulnerable. Obviously, he knows it's not been built. I've only just realized this is a pink pylon. But that means he's got vision over here. He knows the opponent has expanded there. and he is going to be able to go for it. Now, dropping here could be quite good, but Reaver Scarabs get stuck on these minerals quite easily, so dropping this base is quite difficult. You kind of have to drop in the mineral line, and that means you're closer to everything else. Now, the first two Reavers are out in a Scarab. Why do I keep calling Shuttle Scarabs today? What is wrong with me? It looks like Shuttle Speed has come in. One Reaver going to be pushing with two Zealots. One Reaver going to be left in defense. There's a lot of units defending here, but two Reavers might actually be able to push through. But look how fast this shuttle is. It's going to go into the main base. Now, the pylon making a semi-wall on the minerals could actually make this a little bit better. But no, he's not going to fall for that. We're at 47 probes at the moment. Wait, where's the Reaver? Okay, how did that bug? What is this Reaver doing? Let's keep an eye on his kills. We've got a push coming forward at the front. There's actually a pretty strong army here from Michael. It's two Reavers against one, but the shuttle goes down. So the Reavers are going to be quite bad, or they're going to be in a lot of damage. 5 kills on the Reaver in the main base. Best with a ton of mining probes, but the trouble is he doesn't have many like attacking units. Looks like he will just about hold on, and that should be enough to win him the game. Michael is going to be in a large amount of trouble trying to come back from this one. The units in the main base have been cleaned up. Only 5 kills on that Reaver, but he's now down 20 workers, and he's down 30 supply. So, no, he's down 20 supply. I'm very bad at... He's only down in probes. Quark says, if you drop exactly in an L on a mineral line, your Scarabs will come out of the other side of the minerals. How do you mean by that? So, if you put it here, will the Scarabs come out here? I suppose it's kind of difficult, but yeah, that was not a good Reaver, but he does manage to hold on. Michael, for whatever reason, is expanding to the middle of the map, not expanding to this base, but then again, he's going to be up against another Reaver drop. Is there enough units back here to defend? Still no units to defend again. So there's going to be more damage being done. The Reaver going to drop in the probe line again, attacking the Dragoon first of all this time. Probes get pulled away, not really any damage done, although 2 Zealots going to attack the Nexus. Oh my god, this could be a good Reaver. Oh, can he get a good Scarab here? Kaboom! 3 kills. Mindflayer says, least good, do you mean worst? Not necessarily. Least good can mean it's not terrible, but it's still not good. It's like bad good, in other words. Most worst would be the actual worst, and that definitely wasn't the worst Reaver because it did some damage. Yeah, something can be the least good at something. Like, if I say for example you have 3 people, they're all runners, and then I'm running as well. Like for example, 3 of the runners are going to be better than me at running, right? So the least good runner would be the runner who comes third, but he'd still be better than me. Because I'm the worst, right? He's still good, he's just not as good as the other ones. English is confusing. I really wish I'd have focused more when I was learning English in school so I understood it better. But I only know how to speak English because it's my native language and it's all I've ever been really... Okay, we've got another Reaver drop. Oh, Storm drop this time. The Wizards are casting their storms. Casting their lightning. If he drops the wrong... Okay, he's not going to drop again. He would be the least good among the runners. He would be less good than the other runners as well. But looks like we've got another drop coming in over here. This is not going to go too well, but this is still a storm drop. Storm drops are pretty damn good. Oh my goodness, he actually moved all of his High Templar back into the probe line. That's something you want to be doing. Wait, what? I'm not saying that I'm not British. I'm definitely British, but the thing is, like, English is my native language, and it's all I've ever been accustomed to, so essentially that's why I can speak English. But in terms of like academically, I'm not good at English at all. Like, I do not understand my own language. Seven gateways on this side. We've got considerably more over here. 6, 10, 11 gateways. Best is in an unsurmountable lead right now, and he is pushing through the map with the winning move, I think. And this looks like it could be more than enough to end the game. We've got a lot of units kind of all stuck. A lot of them getting stuck on this Archon, trying to move forward to defend. Can he hold on? It's going to be a rough fight. If he gets the perfect engagement with the perfect Reaver Scarabs, maybe he can make something happen here. But Storm on the Reaver. The Reaver is not getting away from this. Nice Storm on the Dragoons as well. The Dragoons not even moving. Storm on Michael's Dragoons as well. But it looks like there could just be too many units here and not enough. Space Wizards are strong though. He still has Storm. But it looks like that could be the end for poor old, I've forgotten the name of the player, Michael. The Forge upgrades, just to double check, 1-0 against 2-1, so Michael at best even more ahead. Yeah, Red with the 4-0 victory. Michael taps out, Best with the win there. And that is going to be a 4-0 sweep in favor of Red in their fourth. Was this your fourth series or third? I can't remember if you guys have had a walkover yet, but either way, it doesn't really matter. Not a walkover, a bye. Let's head over to the results. Okay, so that's going to be it for today. We've got a 4-0 victory. Raz winning over Latalis, Jumper winning over Mitak, pSi winning over Kiko, Best winning over Michael. Now, I'm not saying Protoss is good, right? But it's really weird, given Red send out 4 Protoss and they win 4 in a row. Could it possibly be that Protoss are overpowered? I'm not so sure. Zerg are overpowered. They're the real overpowered race, everyone knows that. Let's not joke about that. Let's find someone to host, and I will see you guys on Wednesday, or maybe Thursday, depending on the day. I said I arranged to do something with someone, and I don't know what day it is, so I need to double check, but if it's the day I think it is, they've arranged it for the wrong day, so I'm going to have to put my casting day back. But let me find someone to raid, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors, Esport Fund and Matcherino. Thank you to anyone supporting on Patreon, and thank you to anyone who's contributed to the Matcherino with the code or with their own money. We're trying to get a $2,500 prize pool this season, so hopefully we can make it. Follow us on Twitter at STPL TV for updates when we go live. You can follow my Twitter at KixSD if you want to see my VR chat photos, basically. Or you can subscribe on YouTube as well. Thank you, Benevolent Bear, for the bits. Means a lot. And thank you for saying thanks for casting. And I'll see you guys next time. And I'm trying to find the right page on Twitch to get someone to host. Okay, Cross is there, but I don't think Cross is actually playing in the SCPL this season. I'm going to host SCV Force again, because he's always online, he plays Terran. You know what, there's also Michael. Michael is playing, and Michael just played, so let's host him instead. See you guys next time. If you're watching this, you're watching the STPL. Hopefully you've been enjoying what you've seen so far. If you want to help me make more STPL content to bring more tournaments to you, please support us on Patreon, which you can find up here. And also, there's so many different things you can get through Patreon. One of the main and one of the easiest ones to get is, of course, access to all of the replays of the STPL so far. We've had some amazing games, such as some of the games you can see just over here.